Welcome back, survivalists. So solar generators have come a long way in the last 10 years, and in my opinion are turning into an essential item for any homeowner who wants to be prepared for emergency situations. There's just a tremendous amount of benefits to a solar generator compared to a traditional gas generator for the average user. So today we're going to take a look at the Jackery 1500 solar system with their SolarSaga 100 watt panels. We're going to start off by going over the specs of this exact system, who I think this system would and would not be a good fit for, and my final reviews and thoughts on this solar system. At full disclosure, Jackery did send me the system for free to review, but they are not paying me for my review, and my opinions are 100% my own. So this is the Jackery Explorer 1500 power station. It has a 1,534 watt-hour capacity and comes in at 35.2 pounds. So it's a little heavier than a large car battery, but it does have a really convenient carrying handle, which makes it far easier to transport and kind of maneuver around. Now the system here has three 110 AC outlets here on the front, as well as a 60 watt USB-C port, one quick charge 3.0 port, one USB-A port, and one 12-volt car port. And so they say that this thing can charge 85% of your home's electronics, right? The only thing it really can't charge is going to be those larger 240-volt appliances, something like your stove, for example. But your microwave, a crock pot, your TV, lights, your computer, your cell phone, anything that takes just a regular AC outlet or a USB port or even a car charger, you can charge off of this. And the system also comes with 4 foldable solar panels as well. Each of these weigh 9.1 ounces each, and they are incredibly durable and tough and rugged. And they also have a built-in stand in them, as well as all the cables are automatically attached and built into the actual solar panels. The display in this thing is also a really nice feature. It shows you your inputs as well as your outputs, the current battery charge percentage, and an estimation of how many hours you have left of life on that battery based on your inputs and your outputs. And the display is very bright, it's easy to read, and it's large enough in my opinion. And the power station has a small flashlight built right into the actual case itself, because why not, right? You're gonna be using this thing when you don't have any power. This way you know you have at least one flashlight in your home. And this system also features multiple ways that you can charge up your power station, which I think is pretty important. First way is going to be with just an AC outlet from your wall, right? The Jackery does come with a large AC brick and charging cable that can plug into any outlet and then plug directly into the Jackery to fully charge this. And this will fully charge your Jackery in about 6 hours using this power brick. And the next way is with the solar panel. You can use 2 solar panels that plug directly into the input section here, and that'll fully charge your entire Jackery system in about 9.5 hours. Now, if you use the 2 couplers that are included, you can actually use 4 solar panels at once, plug them into these 2 input ports here, and you can fully charge your Jackery in about 5 hours using these solar panels in ideal conditions. And the next way is going to be with a 12-volt car adapter, which is included, and this will fully charge your Jackery in about 13 hours. And this is pretty nice. So if you're going on a long road trip, for example, between campsites, you can kind of top this off and plug it in, kind of charge it up a little bit while you're driving your vehicle. Or if you have an RV or you're camping out of your van, you can charge this up while you're driving to your destination. And I think that's pretty awesome. Obviously, you wouldn't want that to be your primary way of charging it, but just to kind of top this off, get it a little bit more juice while you're driving, I think that's a great situation. So now that we've gone over the specs, let's go over who I think that this particular system would and would not be a good fit for. So because of its versatility, I think that this is a great fit for any homeowner out there who wants to be prepared for emergency situations, right? If you experience power outages every single year, you want to be prepared for that. This is a great tool for you. For the vast majority of power outages, they only last a handful of hours. So if you have a decent amount of charge on this, even if you only had a 50% charge on this, that's enough to get you through a 5, 6, 7 hour long power outage. And if that turns into a multi-day power outage, you'll be set with these solar panels as well. Now, when it comes to home battery systems like this, you can get really small ones that don't have a whole lot of capacity on them. You can get much, much larger ones that you really can't pick up at all. You really have to kind of roll them around. And it's really kind of a balancing act between getting something that's small and portable, but also light enough that you can pick up and maneuver around. And I think that this is a great size for the average person's home use. If you have you and 2 kids, let's say, this is a good enough size for you guys. That's all that you really need. However, if you have anything more than 2 kids, let's say, this may be a little on the small side. And really, my only real critique of this, the only thing that I could really find that I wasn't real wild about, is the lack of a lot of ports on the front here. I feel like they could have used more USB ports. It'd be great if they had more outlets here as well. If let's say you have 3 kids and 2 adults, you're 5 hours into a power outage, everybody's phone is draining and dying, everybody's laptops are dying, you know, everybody wants to charge all these systems up, and you want to have a light and a portable heater, you know, maybe a microwave plugged into this at the same time, and everybody wants to charge their phones, you're very quickly going to realize that you don't really have enough ports to charge everything. You're going to have to kind of swap things in and out, kind of take your time with that, which I think would be very frustrating in a situation like that. I would have loved just to seen a few more ports on here. I'd loved if they could have a little bit more ports on here, maybe spread these out a bit as well. If you have a very large family, I'm just saying that it may be a little tight with the number of ports that they have on here. But just something to keep in mind, that if you have a large family, I think the battery size itself is perfectly fine for a good sized family, but the number of ports here is a little limiting. You may want to also buy some dongles or some splitters or a power strip to plug into this to give you and your family more options. And I think that this size system is also a really good fit for anybody who's traveling around in a camper or an RV or a pop-up camper, and they want to have some of those creature comforts and have some of those luxuries, and they want to have some sort of portable electronic system like this. I think that this would be a really good setup for them with the power station as well as the solar chargers. I've done multi-day trips in a pop-up camper with my family, and it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to charge everything off of the carport inside your car. Being able to take this out, set this up in the camper or somewhere else, and be able to charge everything just like it would back home, it's really nice, and it's a real convenience. And having that flexibility of being able to charge this up at the campsite if they do have electricity in your spot, or from the solar panels in case you don't, it's a really luxury, right? That's a really nice feature to have. So now let's get into my full review of the Jackery solar system, what it's like setting this thing up and actually using it. So for many years there, I was intimidated by solar systems, right? That is the truth of it. I always had this perception that you have to have quite a bit of knowledge to have a solar system, because you have to have the right cables and the connectors and power regulators and power bricks. And I always thought that solar panels are going to be very delicate and easy to break, and you have to position them just right. This Jackery power system, the solar system, has dispelled all those rumors and myths. None of that is true with this system. What I'm most impressed with is just how easy this whole system is to use, how rugged and durable it is as well. No joke, I could give this to my mom, and my 60-year-old mom could figure this thing out. One of the features that I really love is the actual solar panels themselves and their design. So they are foldable, which makes them very easy to maneuver. And after you fold them up, they actually have magnets in the case that closes them with a convenient carrying handle as well. And the solar panels are on the inside, so you don't have to worry about damaging them. And the solar panels actually have the cables built into them as well, which seems like a small thing, but is actually really convenient, just having one less cable you have to worry about, one less connection that you have to worry about. And I love the fact that they have a built-in stand in them as well, which makes things much, much easier for you. Because there are other solar panels out there that don't have a convenient carrying handle, that don't have the cables built into it, don't have a stand built into it, that they don't close and fold upon themselves to protect the solar panels, right? So this design of the solar panels is very well thought out, and it makes things so much easier on you. And the cable from the solar panel just simply plugs directly into these input ports right here. Now, when you are using all 4 solar panels, you do have to take 2 of them at a time, plug those cables into an adapter, and then the adapter plugs into one of these input ports. So that does take a second or two for you to figure out, but once you kind of figure out and get used to it, it's not bad at all. And one thing that I love about this is from the input section on the display, I can see exactly how much wattage is coming in. And this is great because I can see that I'm still getting power into the system even when it's not a perfectly sunny day, or I don't have the exact angle to the sun, or I'm in only partial sunlight. I can see that I'm still getting power, which is really convenient and really helpful to know that it is still working and I'm still doing something right here. So when I'm really thinking about the system, there's really 2 words that come to mind. One is going to be durability. This feels like a rugged and durable system here. I really don't have to worry about breaking this. It's not some kind of delicate equipment. I could have this in the back of a van or the back of a truck, and I think I'd be perfectly fine. It's not something delicate I have to worry about. The same is true with the solar panels. They're not some fragile piece of glass that I have to constantly worry about breaking. They are very durable. They're very easy to use. They seem very rugged. They seem very well designed and very well protected. The second word that really comes to mind is easy, right? This system is very easy to use. Your solar panels have the cables built into them. The cable plugs into the input port. That is it, and you are fully charging this entire system. It easily displays to you how much battery life you have on this based on your use, what percentage of it's charged, how much power is coming in, how much power is going out. Everything is done for you. Everything is super easy and simple to use. So all these ideas that you may have about solar generators, that they're complicated, you don't have time to learn and figure out all that stuff, and they're delicate, throw all of that out the window. This is incredibly easy and simple to use. It's very durable. It's very rugged. My mother could set this up if she had to. So overall, I'm very happy with the system. I'm very happy with the quality and the durability and the design of this system, as well as the solar panels. Really, the only gripe is I wish it had a couple extra ports on the front. But once again, you can buy dongles and splitters to use with this if you really needed to. That's not a huge thing in my opinion. And so once again, this whole system is the Jackery 1500 solar generator system with the 4 100-watt solar panels. This whole thing will run you about $2,700, but you can kind of mix and match and create your own system. You can buy a smaller power station that will cost you a lot less money. And from Jackery, you can buy larger panels or you can buy smaller panels in this. You can buy 2 of them, you can buy 4 of them. And so you can kind of mix and match and create your own solar generator system between the different Jackery solar panels and the different Jackery solar power stations. And if you're interested in checking out this exact product, I will have a link down in the description below where you can find this exact system on their website. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more prepping and survival videos, and I'll see you on the next video.